So, Dyna, we have been talking about interviewing some people that we have met with, clients, for some time.
Yes, and we have talked to you guys about the emotion code, the body code, and the effect it has on people. And today we have Wayne here with us. He's one of our clients and has said that he would love to talk about what has happened since he's been having come to sessions. And so, Wayne, tell us a little bit about why did you even agree to, or why did you seek us out to do the emotion code and body code?
Well, I'll just be honest. Jim has been telling me so much about it, and I did not. He's like, you got to do this. I think it'll work for you. It'll do some good. And I was like, I don't know. And I tried it once, and my headspace just wasn't in the right place to receive it. And then months went by and started doing it again. And I really got something out of it. And I can't even explain it. It was like I've said it before. It's like a spa treatment for my soul. Is what it felt like. So, but not at first. It didn't. At first, it was just confusing, and I was putting a magnet over my head and didn't quite understand. And I really still don't understand as far as if I have to be in a certain spot in my mind before I can receive. I don't know how all that works exactly, but I feel like it's just been one of those things that's. And the more I do it, the more it uncovers things that I didn't quite understand.
And can you be a little bit more specific? Maybe pick a situation where you felt like, okay, this is how I felt before we did the emotion code, and this is how I felt after.
Well, even today, just getting here this morning, I had a lot of anxiety and even some paranoia about things. And paranoia is not a normal emotion for me. And I hardly ever feel that way. And then I have been. And today, even though the word paranoia wasn't in any of the emotion code, all the things that made it, like the building blocks of it, were in there. Mm-hmm. And you don't even think about that. And so even today, just coming in here, and then while here, all I'm doing is sitting there listening to you and receiving and putting the magnet. And I can't explain how it works, but I can tell you how I felt whenever I first walked in here versus now. And it's just, I feel like I just dropped a bunch of baggage somewhere, and I'm no longer carrying it.
Has that been pretty much the experience throughout the journey? Because we've been meeting with you for some time. Has that been pretty much the way that the emotion code and body code have worked for you?
No. At first, it took like a month before I even noticed. It's like, I guess, so much unpacking that I didn't even start feeling it until, about a month or two into doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And what are some things that you see yourself feeling now that you didn't when we started?
Well, I think I always felt the things. I never knew what it was about, or like I'm still not very articulate with emotions when it comes to talking about emotions. I can articulate a lot of things, but when it comes to that, it's still something that gets to me. And so to directly answer your question, I guess I just, well, first off, what was your question exactly again?
What's the difference as far as what you're maybe feeling now compared to what you were feeling at the beginning?
Okay, even today, more specifically, like now, I thought you meant over time.
Yes.
So, like, just today, and it's not like the feelings are loud and right on the surface, but it's deep in there. Like, I just, the worry of the day that the day brings, paranoia or just anxiety. Am I going to be able to get through this month financially, or is my boy going to be okay in this world? All these random thoughts that come up, and that reality is still there, but the emotions, the way it is affecting my body, I just feel like I just right now I just feel super strong, like I have some just a little bit of control over that now.
Many times in our sessions, you have said, as you remove the trapped emotions, you said, oh my gosh, I feel so much lighter. I feel like I'm floating. Can you describe that to our listeners? What did you feel before? And then when that happened during that process, what did you feel in your body? Did it linger? What can you describe it?
So it's kind of like if you ever go to a chiropractor, we're used to our bodies. And we don't always know when we're out of alignment just because our bodies, we get used to it. And I feel like it's the same way with our emotions. You don't really understand until you unpack what's going on there. Like I came in here carrying these emotions and didn't even really realize the weight of them until they were removed. And so that's how I feel. It's like, it's like going and not really even understanding the weight you're carrying until it's released.
Yes.
And it did not work that way the first few times I did these sessions. I was just going through the motions, not sure what to expect, just kind of being kind, saying, okay, I'll keep doing this. And then finally something clicked and we had a breakthrough. And I guess the way I can explain it, it's like you don't really know what the issue is. And you don't even notice that it's an issue until you've relieved it. And that's how I feel about these the emotion code sessions.
And I had explained to you before, sometimes when we accumulate trauma and accumulate different things, they're almost like boulders that we put into a backpack. So over time, as you collect pebbles and rocks and boulders, you're kind of just getting used to the weight. And then when we take them out, we had talked about that before. It's like, oh my gosh, you just took a big boulder out of my backpack.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yes. And it's like I was used to the weight.
Yes.
Whenever it's removed, you notice that what was there.
Physically.
Yes, physically. And even just with not just the emotion code, but the body code.
Yeah, tell us about that. You had a really cool experience just a couple of weeks ago. I know this would be really neat for the listeners to hear.
Yeah, so I had shoulder surgery in this shoulder about 1.5 years ago, and it really needed it. It was like there was a lot of damage, and I had to go to physical therapy, and it was not like any one particular thing that caused it, just the way I guess handled my body.
Wear and tear.
Yeah. And so it was starting I could tell the beginnings of the same thing was starting to happen to this shoulder. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm going to have to go through the surgery again and all. And it was just like really starting to stress me out.
Did you have pain every day? And what did it feel like? Was it?
So it's really like, you can't lift up, can't do this without a lot of pain, a lot of just popping and resistance as well. And just whenever I did try to lift something up, I couldn't, with this. I had to start using this arm. And this is the arm that had surgery 1.5 years ago. And so I was just not using it nearly as much. And then you guys had done the body code on me. And you told me to about 5 days of rest. And so I did that. That was on a Tuesday, 2 weeks ago today. And it hurt the rest of the week. And in fact, Friday and Saturday was the worst pain that this shoulder was feeling. And then Sunday, on Independence Day, just like that, like I woke up and I just randomly that morning noticed that I could just move my shoulder like normal. And it's since then, and it wasn't a fluke either. That was a week and 2 days ago. It's Tuesday now. So for a week and 2 days, I have not had any pain. And it's like I didn't even need surgery. It's like both of my shoulders now, I can do this.
Full range of motion.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Incredible. Yes.
Yeah. And that was a challenge, so it's been amazing. And
I know you were a skeptic in that at first. How did that impact you? Knowing like, well, let's see how this does. I mean, this is my physical body. This is not removing trapped emotions.
Well, with emotions, it's a little more abstract, I mean, obviously it does physically impact you when you do the emotion code, but it's not the same. Like this is, if something's screaming at you every time you move, and then suddenly it's completely quiet. I mean, there's no way around saying that, well, maybe, like talking it out, like it happened, regardless. And I can't explain the metaphysical side of it or any of that, but I just know it works, and I trust you guys for one. And that's why I even kept on for so long and coming. And now I couldn't do without this, but it took like a month of coming and just trusting you guys before I realized that this is a legit thing. Yeah. And it's working. And now I can't see this not being a part of my life.
Wow. So what would you tell our listeners that are skeptics that, but now have heard your story? Is there anything else you want to add to encourage them or give them advice if they are considering doing the emotion code, body code? What would you say?
Well, I would say come in with an open mind. Make sure you trust your practitioners. These guys right here are very trustworthy. Just come in with an open mind. If you don't feel anything for a while, just know that we're onions. We're like onions, like on Shrek. There's layers and layers. Yes. Sometimes you don't feel those top layers, as they're being peeled back. And so just because you don't notice anything's happening doesn't mean it's not. And I would just say, give it some time. Eventually, if you're open and you really want to see the results, then eventually it's going to happen. And it may take some time, depending on how many layers you've got to go through.
Yeah, we're going through trauma all of our years. And even when we're small, when we're little, we have things happen to us. So, thank you so much, Wayne, for coming and talking with us and telling our listeners how you've enjoyed the process. And I know you keep coming because it's made a difference in your daily life.
This will always be a part of my routine as long as I can do self-care. This is going to be a part of it.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Cool. We encourage you to consider coming and contacting us. The Emotion Code and Body Code, as introduced by Dr. Bradley Nelson, is phenomenal. It helps a lot of people. We are here for you. Check us out at dynagymlife.com. Look at our website. There's so many others that have reported great results. We would love to work with you if you're in this local area in North Louisiana, or I work with people all over the East Coast, in California, in Phoenix. We can do this via Zoom. It's energy work, so you can do it like prayer. You have a wonderful day.